Welcome back, ballers. Welcome back. Today we got so much news in the market. I'm excited for it. So we're gonna skip the intro, get right into it. On crypto bubbles, everything is in the green. We got FTM up 17%. We got Aave up 11%. We got Fetch up 9%. So hope everyone is taking advantage. Coin market cap, we got the Fear and Greed Index at a 45, so looking pretty neutral. Bitcoin up 2% for the day at $61,052. So I showed this graph the other day, but just want to bring it into perspective how MicroStrategy's been buying Bitcoin consistently over the last few years, but BlackRock, they just woke up overnight and just started buying so much Bitcoin. They're almost at the 400,000 mark. And this is not by coincidence. All of this was done and it's planned, and I just want to make sure that they're not the only ones buying it. I want to make sure that the common folk are also taking advantage, because this is a lifetime opportunity. And people need to understand that this will change lives, and it already has. El Salvador also making some big moves. They launched a Bitcoin certification program for civil servants, and Argentina's following in their footsteps. Now, there's going to be a lot of other countries following in those footsteps as well. So let's talk about this curriculum. They have a whole module of things going on. This is going to be talking about concepts of public administration, artificial intelligence, Bitcoin. So there's so much in it. Cybersecurity. This is going to be great for public servants. Ethereum up 1% for the day. It's at $2,633. Not looking too bad. Solana down about 1%. $142.86. Great buying opportunities. So probably the biggest news for the day, though, RFK Jr. reportedly going to drop out of the presidential race and may endorse Trump. Now, for them to come and join forces together, that will be huge. These people are both pro-crypto, and this will be just great to combat the whole, presidential Harris and whoever her VP pick is. So crypto definitely looking bullish, and if Trump wins, we already know what will happen to Bitcoin. It is going to skyrocket. Now, what else do we have? Fed talking about likely cutting rates in September, mid-September, so that is also good. We will have liquidity enter the market. People are going to want riskier assets because they want higher rates of return on their investments. Mt. Gox, also big news. They moved over $700 million in Bitcoin. So they moved it between two different wallets. They moved 12,000 Bitcoin worth $709 million to one address, and 1,265 Bitcoin worth $75 million to another wallet early Wednesday. Now, a custody giant, State Street, expands crypto services in a new partnership. So this is turning real-world assets into tradable tokens, and as crypto spread in the financial system, they want ETFs, and they're trying to draw more interest from institutions, and they want to seek ways to hedge against inflation. So that's exactly what all of this is about. They want to grow their wealth, and they know what's going to happen to the US dollar. It's going to continue to go to zero. And these people are in the know. They have those connections. Grayscale outflows overshadow Ethereum ETF inflows. So they had a net outflow of 136,700 Ethereum since their launch. Now, it's funny because Grayscale has more outflows, but BlackRock, they're completely having inflows. They're just buying and buying. You don't really see any selling at all. Also, very interesting, Bitcoin and S&P 500 divergence echoes pre-COVID trends, potential realignment ahead. So this was around the time the pandemic was about to start in 2019, and the S&P 500 rose to record highs. Bitcoin fell to fell to lows. I remember that in 2020, I was buying Bitcoin around like $5,500. But this is very important to take note of, because even though it fell like completely, that was around the same time that it rose to $64,000. So it hit an all-time high. So we have to pay attention to that. And just seeing those two assets decouple and separate, is very interesting. From Forbes, institutions are coming. $35 trillion US dollar collapse predicted to trigger a Bitcoin price boom to rival gold. So in case people are skeptical of where the sources and credibility is, we're hearing this from Forbes. Now, we already know this, people have been talking about it for years, but it's been called a conspiracy theory, and that's because people only believe what they hear in the mainstream media, NBC, CNN, but now they're starting to tell you because a lot of the opportunities have been taken from the big boys like BlackRock and whatnot. So, of course, once they buy up all the assets, they'll be more than happy to tell you that everything's falling apart, right? Nixon ended the gold standard 53 years ago. Now, what happened in 1971? So the US dollar was backed by a real asset, which is gold, and once he ended the gold standard, the US dollar pretty much lost all the real value. And what happened? Everything went up in price, aka inflation. So that's the reason why everything is going up in price, and obviously more government spending continues. He's not around I don't believe he is. So, you can't blame him for government spending, but the dollar is not backed by gold, so he's the one that did that. So also, big crypto dominates U.S. election spending and exploits consumers, report finds. So it's weird because when we have corporations and banks and lobbyists back politicians, they don't really say much about it. It's okay. But when they have people in crypto back these same politicians, they like to call it exploitation. How crypto giants exploit Citizens United to buy 2024 elections. So they're saying that they like to use the words right wing, but when you watch television, they never use the word like left wing, radical left. They only use the term, right wing. It's kind of funny. And they're spending over $119 million to influence the U.S. election outcome. So they're counting every dollar. Long-term Bitcoin holders remain unfazed. Now, there's saying that the long-term Bitcoin holders continue to accumulate as they should, and new investors are holding on even though they're at a loss. Now, there's no reason why people should sell at a loss, because for anyone who is in the red right now, the only thing you have to do is zoom out and take a look at the all-time chart, and as long as you're holding on for the long term, you're going to be in the profit. And matter of fact, why would anybody want to sell their Bitcoin when we all know that the US dollar is collapsing and is going to zero? Why would you even think of selling Bitcoin? Let's see. Okay, so Latin America, in the country of Brazil, if we go down here, Mercado Pago, the digital bank unit of Latin America's largest company, said Wednesday it's introducing a stablecoin in Brazil tied to the US dollar. So more and more adoption of crypto and digital assets. Worldwide adoption, XRP. So institutions on all 7 continents embrace XRP. Which is crazy because, who would have ever thought that you would have XRP adoption in Antarctica? There's really nothing there. People visit there, but there's very small buildings there and stuff. It's not like actual cities. So yeah, 7 continents are embracing XRP. So very, very impressive. And we're going to talk about that in the next video. So if you enjoyed, please share this with people you know. Let's get this new technology out to all our friends and families and get this opportunity to change people's life and financial future. And I'll see you in the next one.